Hi, this is Sarah Itamah, singer, songwriter, rapper, producer. I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Great.
I'm excited to be here.
So, what initially drew you to music?
um, I think I've always been surrounded by music. I kind of drew myself. I don't know, but like I've always been surrounded with music. My parents both played, instruments,
Okay, what
music
instruments did they
lessons,
play?
stuff like that. But yeah.
What instruments did they play?
Um, my mom plays the saxophone and my dad plays the piano
Okay, that's
and
pretty
stuff
cool.
like that. Yeah.
So like, how did you get how did you start making music? Like, what made you be like, yeah, this is what I want to do?
I think once I realized nothing else around last year, I realized like nothing else kind of gave me the joy that like making music did. I
Yeah,
didn't feel as fulfilled doing anything. So yeah.
for sure, for sure. Um, how would you describe the music you typically make? I mean, you have like a super 90s sound, you know? It's like,
I don't know. It's in between like yeah, like the typical like 90s and then there's also like the like jazzy soul music I make.
yeah, yeah,
Um but yeah, that's how I describe it, like the 90s sound and then like the jazzy soul, sound as well.
what artists are you inspired by the most, current or past? I mean, like when I was listening to some of your stuff earlier, like Mr. Man, Dear Maya, they give me like, like MC Light, Pete Rock kind of
Yeah, I
vibes,
listen to a
like New
lot of
York
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I listen to a lot of Lauryn Hill, MC Light, Queen
Yeah,
Latifah, you know, Lil Kim. Like I listen to a lot of old school 90s rap and they definitely do influence my work a lot.
but you can see it. It's so sick though. You don't see a lot of females taking that approach to like rap,
Mhm.
you know? What kind of music did your parents listen to growing up? What kind of influences did you have?
My dad listened to a lot of country, a lot of country. My mom listened to like mostly gospel music, lots of gospel. But yeah, that's such a weird question because no one has actually ever asked me that. So I'm trying to remember, and I realized, yeah, I listened to a lot of country growing up.
That's a different one, you know?
Yeah.
Um, did you guys go to church at all? Like
Oh
choir
yeah.
and all that? Yeah,
Oh yeah. I grew up, going to church always, every Sunday.
for sure. So what's an average day like for you? Do you write a lot or
I do write a lot actually. Yeah, I write. So I usually wake up. I wake up really early. I wake up around like 6 a.m. because I try to catch the sunrise. So whenever the sun is rising, I wake up.
yeah?
Go for my run. And then now that the semester just ended, so I was in school, but the semester just ended. So come back, chill, just write. I write mostly the whole day. And then if I have, maybe like an interview like this coming, I'll come in the morning. Oh yeah. Mostly write. I mostly make music, like the actual making.
It's dope. That's what I like to hear. Um, what sparks your creativity?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
You just
Because
like catch a vibe?
yeah, just catch as long as I think I'm in the right vibe because I know there are sometimes where I have like writer's block or something,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure what gets me out of it. I know when I'm out of it. I just know when I'm out of it. But yeah, as long as I'm, the right vibe, the right space, it's good.
Can you explain your creative process and like, has it changed much over the years?
It's definitely changed recently in terms of, let's say, creating an actual song. I would, in the past, I would start with lyrics and just start writing it out. But now I've realized I like to hear a beat or like the bass line of some sort of beat, and then that helps me create. And I write about things I like just sometimes just see like whenever I walk outside, like I live downtown, and I see a lot of people, a lot of like characters, and like let's say I see a guy like do something funny to a girl, like just be like, "Hey, yo, mama, what's good?" Like I can
Yeah.
write a song about that, and I found myself doing that a lot. Like Mr. Man, a song I released, I wrote that around. There's a time I was literally walking downtown and there's a line in the beginning of the song, it's like, oh, you know that song about the suit and the tie and my man Jay wrote when he saw me walking by. He just had the sickest suit on, and everybody was just looking like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna include that in the song.
That's
Yeah.
dope. So what was like, when did you write your first song? How old were you?
Mm, I think okay. The first song I ever wrote had no lyrics because I started out actually playing piano. So I'd say the first song, like piano song, probably like 13, 14. And then first song with like lyrics. I don't know, man. I've always just been writing shit. Like I'd perform for my parents, like as a kid.
Yeah.
So like maybe like 3 or something, but I could write.
Have you performed at all like pre-COVID?
Yeah, yeah, I actually had a couple performances this last summer. Well, I guess that's not pre-COVID.
Like during COVID?
I've
That's
actually
good
always
though.
had
You know?
performances during COVID.
Are you looking forward to getting back to performing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I miss it. I think performing is definitely like the one of the better things about being an artist. It's definitely an amazing thing. I think any musician will say that they love performing.
It's like where the energy, you get the energy.
Yeah, where you get the actual energy from everybody that's listening to your music and everything. Yeah.
If you could open for any artist, who would it be?
If I could open for any artist, I mean, I'd have to say like Beyonce because I'm the biggest Beyonce
All
fan.
right, all right.
Yeah, probably Beyonce.
That'd be sick. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced? I guess just in general, and maybe during COVID.
For me, my biggest challenge is getting over my writer's block when I have it. So sometimes, I'll have a writer's block that will last weeks, and it just forcing yourself to create when nothing is coming through is just it's really hard. But it's like I still force myself to do it.
Yeah, that's the like you have to, or else you're not gonna
Mhm.
get you're not gonna get that good content because
Exactly.
you gotta even
Exactly.
if you just do like a line a day, 2 lines a day, at
Mhm.
least you're making something, and then one day you'll just
Mhm.
be like, boom, 3 songs, like an album.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Do you get much negative criticism at all?
And actually, no, the response to my music has been pretty good. I do have one friend that I send her music before I release, and I come to her like she knows that her only job kind of is to give me negative feedback. Like that's what she does. So that I guess would be, but she kind of knows that's what she has to do.
Okay, so she like kind of gives you like final feedback. It's like,
Yeah,
here,
not even the
do
final
this, this,
because
this before you drop it, maybe.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, so what's been your favorite song that you've released so far?
Hmm, probably Dear Maya. It's yeah, that's my latest release, but yeah, probably Dear Maya. It's different. It's not a very commercial song, but I really like it.
No, it's one of my favorite too. I was like actually just listening to that one. The one line I was like, ooh, because you're like, I think you're like, Daddy said, baby, here's my Colt 45.
Yeah,
If a motherfucker tries, shoot him right between the eyes. I was like,
yeah.
ooh, shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I love that one. I love
Um,
that one.
is there anyone in the city that you want to collaborate with?
Ooh, definitely. The person that I really want to collab with one day, I don't know if you know her, she's a female rapper, Charmaine.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know her. She's crazy. I would love to, and we kind of have a similar sound. I would love to like collab one day,
Yeah,
like
that'd be sick. I'd love to see people in the city collaborating, Like that's what Toronto needs more of.
Mm,
What advice would you give to your younger self?
don't give up. I mean, that's what I'm giving myself now.
Yeah.
Cuz I'm doing things that like 5 years ago or like even last year I was seeing other people do and I was like, "Oh, I want to do that." So all the, the hard work, it's worth it. And, I'm still there's still things I want to do, still places I want to see myself. So I'm hoping in the next 5 years I'm gonna be looking back and be like, yes, it's worth it, it's worth it. So yeah, just keep going. It's worth it.
So where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Like, where do you want to be with your music,
World domination, like
world
in
tours,
five to
all
ten
that stuff?
years. In 5 years, like I am definitely like I know myself, I know the work I put in, I know, what I attract. I do know that my music is going places and
Oh, for
millions
sure.
of people are gonna hear my voice and I know that's what's gonna happen and that's the end goal, I want people to hear me.
Yeah, just keep hustling, you know?
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Do you have anything coming out soon? Videos,
I am
EP?
actually we are shooting the video for Mr. Man.
Okay.
And that's really exciting. I'm actually really, really excited for that. Right now I'm working on an EP. So I'm actually taking a bit, not really, but a bit of a hiatus from, releasing music because I'm working on a project. But what we are like the next thing, you're gonna be seeing from me is my Mr. Man video, and I'm super excited for that.
Oh, I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for other local artists?
Phew, I should be asking for advice. Like, no, I think like I keep on telling myself like it's I think we all just need to, it's so possible for all of us, like a lot of people to make it. Just keep on working hard.
Yeah, I
Keep
know
on
there's a lot of money to be made in Toronto if
yeah,
people would
there's
just work together, you know?
yeah, see how many artists have come out of like New York, like or how many artists have come out of like Atlanta, like, so many. Like Toronto, we can definitely be the same. Doesn't have to be like, oh, there's one person on top and everything.
What do you have a message for your fans?
Thank you. I don't know what else you could say, but like thank you. That's it's crazy that people, see the vision, same vision as me. It's
No, for
it's
sure. It's always nice like seeing people believe in you and really just pushing
mhm.
you to keep going and do your thing,
It's
you know?
hope. They're literally hope. Fans are hope.
So what was the first album you ever purchased? Could be CD, vinyl, I don't know.
I don't think it's something I purchased, but I remember the first thing I remember like being obsessed with was Natasha Bedingfield. It was one of her first albums. I forgot what it's called, but it was the album that had like feel the rain on your skin, no one
Okay, okay.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really obsessed with her for some reason. And then on the radio, they play a lot of T Pain. So like
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of T Pain. So I really liked, T Pain. That's thank God for the radio. The radio really
Yeah, there was a lot of good music back in the day on the radio, you know?
mhm. Like I
T-Pain,
had like the big radio.
R.
I just
Kelly,
listened
all
to
that
it in my
stuff.
middle school when I was a kid.
Is there like do you play instruments as well as your parents or
I play piano,
is there anything you wish you could play?
the guitar. I really wish I could play the guitar and like saxophone. I wish I could play every instrument, but like
Right?
definitely the guitar to sing with, but every instrument.
I mean, the guitar is pretty easy to pick up. You could learn it. You could learn it quick if you
I should.
get a cheap one or something. What was the first like band or artist t-shirt you bought?
I actually don't buy band and
No?
artist t-shirts. Like I don't think I've ever. I have an Outcast T-shirt.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, but I didn't buy that, and I didn't know how because I got it when I was really young, and it wasn't until I got older and I was like, these people are really cool.
Yeah. Um, do you sing in the shower? If so, what song?
Yeah, I do sing in the shower. I do a lot of Beyonce. A lot of Beyonce. I think only Beyonce actually.
You listen to Destiny's Child too at all, or
I do listen to Destiny's
yeah?
Child. I do actually really do.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
No, my celebrity crush is my future self. That's what I'd have to say.
You could be a fruit. What fruit and why?
Damn, these questions. probably, probably grapes, because everybody loves grapes and they're really easy to eat and deal with.
Yeah, grapes are pretty bomb.
Seedless grapes, of course. Definitely not a seeded
Yeah, yeah.
grape.
I hate that when you just pop a grape in your mouth and then it's like you like crush the
Why?
seed. You're like, oh,
Why?
gross. If you had a theme song or could have a theme song, it could be any song. Doesn't have to be like from a TV show, but what would it be?
I'm not sure, but probably a Rick Ross song. Any Rick
Okay.
Ross song about just living
Yeah.
your best life, wealthy, manifesting.
Yeah, yeah. Hustling or something, you know.
Yeah, just living your best life. No stress.
If you could be any movie character, who would you pick? Or TV show character?
TV show character. I've always wanted to be like one of the spies from Totally Spies.
I watched that a lot as a kid. That was
Yeah, no,
a pretty
that
lit
was an
show.
amazing show.
You're given one wish, but you can't use it on yourself. What would you use it for?
Wow. I mean, I feel like I should say something really noble, like the world hunger. but I'd probably, do something for my parents, like give them like $10 million.
That's dope. Yeah, that would be the best thing, you know. Like you blow up, you can buy your parents a house. You know,
Mhm.
they don't
Mhm.
gotta worry about anything.
Mhm.
Is there anything that's on your bucket list?
I feel like everything, yeah. I mean, the things on my bucket list are like be successful. Like so I don't really have I don't do crazy things, nothing like I don't skydive, none of that. Mm-mm. You're not gonna find me there. um yeah, I like to be safe and comfort. Not
Yeah, for real.
really, no.
What's the grossest thing you've seen someone do in public? Because I mean, some pretty weird shit happens in Toronto.
Not gross. This is really gross, but the weirdest thing that has definitely happened to me is like literally like 2 months, like 2 weeks after I moved here, I was on a run and I still don't really know my right route along, like I live downtown. So I always use like Google Maps. And then when I was running and then I see this like mass on the floor and I'm like, what is that? And I see it's like a dead man, like deceased. And everybody was just walking by like not a care in the world. And I was really confused because I moved from Calgary and Calgary is such a smaller city and there's not a lot of homeless people. So just seeing like a
Yeah,
homeless dead man and people were just like walking past, that was just really
yeah, that's pretty nuts. Like I've never seen anything like that. But
yeah.
I've had a lot of weird encounters with like homeless people and crackheads. You know, it's like
Mhm.
they're always doing something. If you were a member of the Spice Girls, what would your name be?
Funny Spice.
Honey Spice. Okay,
Yeah.
I could see that. When is the music video dropping?
June.
June. Okay.
Yeah.
The beginning of June or like middle of June? Do you know
Beginning.
roughly?
Yes,
Beginning?
middle of
Okay,
June.
okay. So
Okay. Thank you so much.
no problem. It was good having you. It was nice
Yeah.
talking. I
Thank you.
look forward to your music coming out soon.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye bye.
You as well. Bye.